Dune Part 2. Get comfortable. I have so much to talk about, from the box office to my controversial reaction, um, Dune Part 3, award season, on and on. So get comfortable, get a snack. I've got my McDonald's. And let's jump right in. I went to see it Sunday at a matinee, got a few dollars off. It was still expensive. Sat down, and the film, right away, is just a feast. It's a visual feast for the eyes and for the ears. If you are a cinephile and an appreciator of film, go see it in the theaters. It truly is a step forward in film making. It's more vibrant. The colors are more vibrant than the first film. I personally found kind of the muted desert colors of the first film. I was really taken with those and kind of liked it, but I've heard a lot of people around this film kind of be impressed that it's more vibrant, it's more colorful, more clear. It really is. It's like, from Avatar 1 to Avatar 2, there's a huge leap in technology. Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Christopher Walken, Dave Bautista. On and on and on. Highlights for me were Austin Butler. I walked into this, I was not a huge Austin Butler fan. I walked out of it saying, oh my, you know what I mean, Austin Butler. I didn't think he handled the press run for Elvis in a really elegant way. Some gaffes, but really think he's a masterful actor after this film. I kind of liken it to Adam Driver in Star Wars, that kind of star turn as a villain. He really carried that kind of charisma and kind of found a new niche for himself. And so I'm interested to see what the buzz is when award season comes around. There's going to be some talk about Austin Butler's performance in Dune, but I'm now a fan. The cinematography is just sweeping. It's a grand epic, on a scale that you rarely see, and so it's worth seeing it for those things. Some of the things I struggled with were the story that I didn't find super compelling. I don't find Timothy Chalamet to be a really compelling hero that would galvanize all these different factions. I'd follow Sarah Ferguson. I would follow the Bene Gesserit 100 times before I would follow Timothy Chalamet. He comes off as this kind of hokey Midwestern kid that should be at an ice cream parlor and not a galvanizer of nations. I didn't find Zendaya, who's kind of playing this blind faith Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, in this film, who's kind of blindly following Timmy when she knows that he's there for family and financial gain. I didn't find that blind faith credible in 2024. When he declares his, allegiance to Florence Pugh, because she's a part of a great house, and kind of disrespects Zendaya. I understand source material and staying, close to the source material, but I didn't find it compelling in 2024. And so that, I'm sure there was some conversation around that. Anyone who's ethnic in the film, Javier Bardem, Zendaya, they're in this kind of refugee class of people. Anybody who's white is in a high house or, great warrior, etc., etc. So there were a lot of tropes in the film that I think that they could have considered. And just to get the things that I've struggled with out of the way, I think it was a career low for Javier Bardem, who just, who I fell in love with in No Country for Old Men, but who just kind of walked around this film saying, as was written, as was written. And for casual observers, for folks that aren't, huge Dune-nites, it just came across as kind of corny. There was no acting or nuance or character arc there. Equally, I found Christopher Walken to be underwhelming, low energy in this film. I mean, you're playing the evil emperor of this galaxy, of not of this galaxy, but of this, realm that we're talking about. And he kind of came off as a weakling. And so I do see a lot that Star Wars took from the source material. Some of these things, like the Emperor, were improved. Overall, I think it's worth seeing in the theater. It's visually breathtaking. The score is amazing. The costume, the set design, you are really in this world. There is no daylight. There's no set, if you know what I mean. So, like I said, if you're an appreciator of film, you'll definitely enjoy Dune. I found some holes in it. The narrative, like I said, wasn't super compelling for me. I'm rating it a 2 out of 5 just for me. The first one was a 4 out of 5. But I think I'm in the minority in terms of my opinion. A lot of people are just blown away, and I understand why. And Austin Butler is worth the price of admission on his own. Before I sign off, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Kim on her channel, Hanging Out with Kim. Her mom is going through some things right now, and so I want to send her some well wishes. I want anyone that's watching this, just take a moment and send a prayer up, some good vibes, some good juju, so we can get mom, back on her feet. If you enjoyed this review, please give this video a like, a comment. What did you think of Dune? Was it worth the price of admission for you? Leave me a comment and consider subscribing to the channel for more movie and TV stuff. And until next time, this has been fun. I'll talk to you soon.